Recently, out of boredom, I started a new Unity project. Okay, I'm not going to make a big game. Bruh. At the beginning of the universe there was a cube that I have exchanged for a capsule. Then I added player movement and couple of textures. Then I added grass and few trees, and I had environment where I could move around. But what will this game actually be about? Great question. I want to create a game in which players get resources, build structures in their settlements and defend their cities from enemy attacks. But he will be able to explore small but decent world to find new and better resources. Materials that player collects can be sold to a merchant and used to buy better weapons and armors. Buying better equipment will be crucial for a player, as each subsequent army that attacks the city will be stronger. I plan to add many different types of enemies. Currently I have these 4 types for the game prototype. Fortunately, this time I was smart and I created a simple, extensible system for adding new enemies, so there is no danger of me getting buried under the thousands of lines of code like I did in my last attempt to create RPG game. My initial idea is that the player will have some time, for example 10 minutes, during which he can grow vegetables, obtain materials in the mine, trade with the merchant or explore the world. When countdown ends, army will attack the city, which must first destroy all 4 city gates and then destroy the diamond in the center of the city. If you are wondering why the games look so ugly, this is just a prototype to test whether the game will be fun at all, and to my surprise, I personally enjoy this concept. I like games where I get better and better equipment and the game gets more and more intense. At the end of this video I will show you a short gameplay clip from my prototype, so be sure to watch until the end. The goal of the game will be defend the settlement from all waves of enemy attacks, but I plan to expand this idea a little further to make gameplay more interesting. Player will be able to find various bosses on the map, from which they will receive items to complete the game, but I haven't fully thought this through yet, so I can't say more about it. In short, the player must upgrade the buildings in their settlement, acquire better equipment and repel enemy attacks until they reach the end game. I take this project very seriously, but I haven't created a Steam page for it yet. However, I have created a Steam page for my horror game The House Remembers, where you can play the demo version and support me by adding it to your wishlist. The game is almost finished and I plan to release it in less than 2 months, so you can really support me by playing it and adding it into your wishlist. Thank you very much. I want there to be enough content in the game and for every building that the player builds to have its own purpose. There are prepared building sites for buildings, and in this prototype player can currently build farm for growing vegetables, mine that generates stone, iron, silver and gold, and with each level of building production increase. Then the player can build defensive towers, which currently does nothing but will shoot at enemy units, and we can also build lumberjack that will produce wood. I plan to add blacksmith, where players can upgrade strength of their weapons and armor for limited time, as well as barracks, where players can recruit their own army to help defend the city. So this is the main menu, I created very quickly. The name of the game is Grainhold, but this is just working name and I may change it later. So now I will click New Game. I have created basic pause menu where I can exit the game or change settings. Currently I can only change the music and the volume of the game. At the beginning I have 2 chests in my house containing sword and a shield and some money to get to me started. And now we can start building some buildings or extracting raw materials like stone or tree or iron. I left another chest here with a better sword that also deals magic damage, so we can try it out later. First I'm going to chop some wood. Currently it works like this: when I cut down a tree stump spawns, and after a while new tree grows in the same place. And as you can see, first wave of enemies will attack in a moment, so we must prepare for defense. First attack is simple: there are just few ordinary enemies and one leader. The goal is to kill them before they destroy diamond in the center of the city. Their animations are pretty lame because it's just prototype. Fortunately, these enemies can be easily killed when I run away from them, but problem will be when there are enemies who shot with the bows. After I kill last enemy, timer for the next attack starts again. Currently it is set to 1 minute, but in the game it will definitely be set at least 10 minutes, so that player can have some time for other things like building or mining. I set up in advance that I already have some raw materials at the beginning, so then I can show you the construction of the buildings. Farm has slots where I can grow vegetables, and the slots unlock when I upgrade the farm to the higher level. After growing, vegetables are automatically added to player's inventory. Then we can build mine where stone, iron, silver and gold are produced, but rare materials are only produced at higher level of the mine. We can sell materials we have or even vegetables to this very honest merchant and also buy better equipment from him. As you can see, there is a lot to choose from, so to start with I will buy basic armor of each type and better weapons so that I can show you more beautiful weapons than just a basic sword. My inventory works perfectly, without errors, which surprised me because I made it myself. I don't like this design of inventory, but it's enough for testing, and I haven't come up with anything better yet. I also need to change the font color because it's hard to see, as you can see in the tooltip. This is one of the moderately good weapons and it looks really cool. I'll be killing those basic enemies with one hit, I guess. Let's find out, let's try it on these ones. Yep, as I said, you only need to hit them once with this axe. So now I have to repel another wave of attacks and then I can continue building. Oh, I can see the stone golems. These ones are more resistant, but luckily I have better weapons, so it won't be that much problem. Somehow they don't want to attack, so probably I need to increase their attack range. Then I want to add that when they hit me, they will knock me back. I think that will be pretty nice effect. Okay, we repealed another attack, so we can finally do something useful. I'll start probably by planting more crops on the farm. And as you can see, it's starting to get dark, so I created simple day and night cycle, but I want to add stars or moon when it's nighttime, so it look much better. There is a flag here on a hill, where I can improve level of the walls. The higher the level of the walls, the longer they will keep enemies behind them. Now that we have some time, we can go explore what's behind the walls. But there isn't much at the moment. I only made a small cave, but I can already imagine what it will look like. I really like this type of environment, and I don't know why I was not making low poly game before. It's looking very nice, in my opinion. While I was not in the settlement, another attack began, so I'm going to repel it. Nothing would happen right now if I didn't defend the city, but I'm planning to do something so that if player lose city defense, they will lose some money and have to repeat the attack again. As you can see, they destroyed the diamonds, so all enemies despawned and I have to repeat this attack again. The last thing I want to show you is that there is a harbor outside the city and we will be able to rent a boat from Admiral so that we can travel to the islands and find new resources there, but this has not been implemented yet. If you have any recommendation for buildings that would be good to add to this game, please write them in the comments. I read every comment and your ideas are very helpful. And if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any updates about this game and my other games. That's all for this video. I can't wait to hear your feedback on my new project and I'm going to get back to work and you can expect new video from this game very soon. See you next time!